Hi guys, I'm Scott.
I'm Mike.
This is the movie den. Hey, we just got done watching Steel Dawn. A great 87 movie, made in 1987 for a budget of about $3.5 million. Didn't do too well at the box office, only making about $500,000.
Yeah, that's not exactly what you would call a smash.
No, especially when you got star caliber like Patrick Swayze,
And
you know,
Brian
and
James.
and Brian James, popular B actor of the 80s,
Yeah.
starred in quite a few films, Blade Runner, Tango and Cash.
Yeah.
I'm just about, you pop in just about any 80s
48
movie.
hours.
48 hours, you just pop in about any 80s movie and a villain, with a villain in it, it'll be Brian James. God rest his soul, died in 1999, but it was good seeing him in this. Anyways, Patrick Swayze, playing this nomad, comes across a family
Yeah.
in a moisture processing farm, you know,
Yeah.
and of course everybody wants the water. Water's scarce, and so
It's a commodity.
and enter the villains of our story. Played by Anthony Zerbe, man. Anthony Zerbe, character actor. I mean, he's been in a. I'm sure you Google Anthony Zerbe, he's gonna pop up. Can't pull anything out of my ass right now about what he was in.
I really hope that's how it's pronounced.
Zerbe, Zerbe or Zerbe,
I always thought it was
Zerbe, but
Yeah.
anyways, he played a so-called villain, I guess, one of the biggies.
Yeah.
But post-apocalyptic sci-fi, dude.
Yeah.
One of my favorite subgenres of sci-fi.
Absolutely. You can't go wrong with post-apocalyptic anything. It's just fun.
For real. I mean,
No matter what.
you know, people. I think what draws me to those types of films are. It's about survival and what you got to do to survive. I mean, everything's been taken away. You know, no fuel,
Right.
no electricity,
Yeah.
and just surviving on what you have. And it's not much when you're in a
In the
desert,
desert.
in the
Yeah.
desert, and lots of sand. Filmed in
Namibia.
Namibia.
Where most of their budget.
Yeah, right there. But anyways, what'd you think about Steel Dawn?
Honestly, it's been a childhood favorite of mine.
Yeah?
It really has. Like when I was a little kid, I remember Steel Dawn and Red Dawn, obviously too.
Both with
Patrick
Patrick
Swayze.
Swayze.
And Red Dawn totally just like took over. I enjoyed Steel Dawn just as much as Red Dawn. Is it? The number one movie at the top of Patrick Swayze's resume? Probably not. You know. But
No.
it's a lot of fun. Like the post-apocalyptic thing. I love that stuff. And they did it well.
I'm pretty sure this was released shortly after. You know, it might have been filmed before Red Dawn, and then when Red Dawn took, I'll have to look into it more. If you guys know the answer, let us know down in the comments. But I'm pretty sure it's right around the same time he was doing Red Dawn. It's obviously a B movie.
Yeah.
High
From start
budget,
to finish,
3.5 million on, but it was only a limited release on something like 250 screens or whatever. So, but it still never made its money back, and it went to the wayside, and it picked up its cult status years later.
Yeah.
And I found it working at Blockbuster Video. I was like, hey, what's this? To me, it was a hidden little gem of a movie. The cinematography I liked how it was shot. The gripes, though, we got to talk about flipping and twisting and turning.
Oh yeah, there were just way too many unnecessary front somersaults.
Because it looked cool.
Like, during a fight scene, which the choreography is good, but it's like, really, did you need to do that front somersault to get to your sword?
Strike, strike, turn.
And
Strike, strike, turn.
yeah,
Flip.
and it was
Roll.
fun. It was cool. Especially like when you're a kid watching it.
Oh yeah, it's
like,
great. It's
wow.
great. I mean, and like we were talking about, it's kind of like the standard back then. Everybody had to do a roll or a flip to get to make it look good,
Right.
But we all know in any
That's
realistic fight, nobody's going to sit there and spin around a couple times.
Yeah.
And
Somersaults.
what about the way he carried his sword?
With the blade like pointing
upside
up,
down.
like right up and down the backside of his arm.
It's like like so many things could go wrong.
Safety first, you know. You don't carry a knife like that during the kitchen.
But it looked cool, right?
It did.
It looked cool when he was walking. You know, he's got the typical Swayze walk. You know. You know.
The swagger.
The swagger that he had.
Yeah.
Man, but you can tell he had fun with this. However, you know, this role. You can tell he was having a little fun.
Absolutely, especially when he's interacting with the little kid Jux.
Jux.
Yeah.
Jux,
like,
who we found out is
the director's kid.
Director's kid.
Brett. But,
Brett.
I think
And
it was
Lance Hool. Directed by Lance Hool. But anyways, yeah.
It was, and you can tell. Yeah, he was having fun, you know, and the kid, you could see he was having fun, and like I don't think it's exactly a film that Swayze regrets doing or anything by any means.
Nah, if I was him, I'd be proud of it.
He was on the rise, and it didn't stop him. It's not like it hindered his career. He was like typecast.
No, he went on to do great things after
absolutely,
that. You know, Roadhouse and Next of Kin and Dirty Dancing, I believe, came out the year after.
Ghost.
I mean, yeah, one of Patrick Swayze's best, I think.
Ooh, and Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko was whatever small role he had, the teacher, right? He played.
He was a pedophile.
Yeah.
Motivational speaker.
That's what I was trying to get at.
But it was far cry different from this.
Now the kid, I believe, acted a tad better than some of those other guys that were. He kind of showed him up a little bit, and I think it's your typical B movie fare. Though you're gonna get that cheesy ass, and boy, is the dialogue cheesy. It is typical for those types of movies. Though.
Yeah, and I get the setting. You know, it's there's like in the desert, post-apocalyptic. Like all the cars run on wind, and they're made of aluminum foil.
It looks like aluminum foil
or sheet metal.
Sheet metal.
Yeah, sheet metal.
Everything.
Everything made of sheet metal.
The vehicles, the buildings,
the windmill,
the swords even looked like they were.
The swords,
were made out of sheet metal. Get a lot of that sound effect too.
Yeah, it sounded.
When they're in the racers or with the wind, whatever they called them.
Yeah, the windrunners.
Windrunners, yeah.
But even the sword fights, the sound effects in the sword fights, you can tell like they're sword fighting with sheet metal. Yeah, it makes sound, and it was cool, you know. I dug it. I'll always love this movie.
Oh, dude! I mean, it's good for what it was, you know. But we wouldn't be a "Don't Trash on Me" episode if we didn't trash on any of the movies we review a little bit.
But
you know,
you're gonna find something.
You're gonna find something. You know, you're gonna find bad editing choices. This had a couple bad editing choices, but you know, nothing that really took you out of the film.
Right.
Nothing. You know, even the cheesy dialogue, the mediocre fight sequences. Now, let me tell you, they were okay. They were good. But if you're gonna come out with an opening like this movie had, man, you gotta follow it up, man. Yeah. It's just like blew it right at the beginning. You know, you gave us that, you know, you drew us in with that first fight, and you know, and then the rest just kind of fell below that for me.
It tapered down.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
it was good. I didn't think
but like I said, with the fights, you know, and
the sand people.
I mean that was a good opening. But I mean, it fell through in the later sequences. I felt.
I get what you're saying.
The climax was okay. In regards to
dare I say, cliche a bit. Seriously,
a little bit.
But I was happy with it, you know. And who knows? They left room for a sequel.
There's always a possibility.
Yeah.
Here we are, 30 years later. I don't think it's.
Somebody want to reboot it.
You know, it's got its following. If they were going to do it, I think that's the way they would do it. Is totally remake it.
They totally won't.
God forbid the Nomad is no longer with us.
Yeah.
God rest your soul, Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that the movie fell flat a little bit in the third act of the film for me.
Yeah.
The whole movie, yeah, it's predictable, but it's fun. The movie's fun. It's entertaining.
It's fun predictability.
Oh yeah, I mean, those movies back then were filled with cliches. I mean, that was at the height of cliche.
1987.
1987. You know,
I was 11.
I felt a little Shane in there, but this is a different setting. You know, you're always gonna, like with Avatar, everybody compared it to Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves and stuff. Look, those stories are always going to be told, but in different settings.
Absolutely.
In different ways. So that didn't take me, I mean, I wasn't sitting there going, oh, this is Shane.
No.
You know,
it's Steel Dawn. It's Steel Dawn.
And it's sci-fi, and as you all know, we love sci-fi.
It's wonderful. It's,
I think the direction could have been a little better. Yeah, a little better. The villain, the Zerbe villain, the guy who was the self-proclaimed leader of the valley.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't as threatening as his henchman was.
Right.
I can't remember what they call it.
Oh.
Sean or something.
He's
you know,
the Judas Priest bass
bassist.
player that I was talking about. Yeah.
with his awesome wig though.
Yeah.
He had a freaking awesome wig. Let's cut the head off this mob and stick it on this guy. And for somebody being in the desert for so long, this guy's vest,
it's shiny. Not shiny, but I mean,
it's
there's
clean,
no dust.
dude. No dust.
Despite living in dust.
All the studs on his were shiny.
Yeah.
You know,
Little
no
things like that.
Yeah, just little things like that. Nothing real super nitpicky. I mean, the story was good for its time.
Absolutely.
Entertaining. It keeps you interested. It's fast paced. It slows down a little bit when they get into the interaction between him and the lady, Kasha, with the crimped hair.
Yeah.
Big style in the 80s, crimped hair. She had it going on. And I believe that was his wife.
Yeah, she
In there, Lisa Nimi. I believe that was his wife.
Yeah.
In,
She's also with him in Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, yes, also in Roadhouse. That they went after in '88, I believe they did Roadhouse, '88, '89. Correct me if I'm wrong, but overall, it was a good post-apocalyptic film. A lot coming out. A lot came out in the '80s. This was one of the better ones. We've had a lot of shitty ones. Warlords of the 21st Century, Bronx Wars, and all that kind of cheesy sci-fi stuff of the time. Everybody wanted to make a post-apocalyptic movie. This one fared way better than a lot of those. I only laughed at like the flips and turns and the little idiot.
The uncalled for somersaults. Yeah, that was.
It gets up on that the big stone. You knew he was fixing to flip over.
He's gonna have to flip
He's gonna do a flip over the guy.
You know, yeah. But
you know,
it's still, man, a really fun movie. Like I said, one I've loved since I was a kid, and had a great time going back and watching it again. And I'd suggest everybody do the same.
I liked it so much that I picked up the Blu-ray when it was released late last year, I believe it is. I had to own it because I've been looking for it for a while, and I was happy to get it. It's got great features on it, so we're plugging it. Pick up Steel Do, released by Vestron Video. This is from their archives.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it up there
And I'm
without
sure
shining it
a
on.
lot of people watching this right now have seen it.
If you have, see it again. Buy the Blu-ray. Let us know what you think. Good quality. I mean, it's not the best of Blu-ray quality, but it's much better than a DVD or VHS copy. Yeah. So if you guys have seen it, let us know what you think. If you haven't seen it, hey, give it a check. Give it a watch. Let us know what you think. You like post-apocalyptic films like us?
Yeah,
Are you a sucker for sci-fi? Are you a sucker for cheese? Because this has cheese and romance. We got a little bit of romance in there.
It's got
you know, and Patrick Swayze in a bathtub. you know. Anyways, guys, give the film a look. Hopefully, we've given you some insight into what you could expect from it. Like I said, we're just two old guys that just talk about a movie we just saw, and that's what we're doing. No formal review. We don't break down everything. We just tell you what we liked and what we didn't like about it. You know, simple story, simple plot.
Absolutely.
Been done before.
Some people may enjoy those uncalled for somersaults, and if you do, you're gonna love them twice as much.
Yeah, it's great though. It's great. It's great seeing action like that.
Yeah.
Cheesy action. You know, if I want to see the good realistic stuff, I'll watch John Wick and stuff like that. You know, but when I want some sci-fi post-apocalyptic cheese,
There you go.
Steel Dawn. It's a fun watch, guys. Besides the things we talked about, I'm not going to really give this a trash rating.
No. I'm not either.
It just really, there's worse out there that will
So much worse.
that will get the trash rating. Those are coming, guys. Those are coming. You
I
know,
think
you
we're
never
all
know.
looking forward to that.
You never know.
We are all.
Oh yeah, I know I am. Guys, thanks for clicking on the channel. I'm Scott.
I'm Mike.
We'll see you next time. What say you?